All right, back at the house. So I checked my stash. I actually had 3 of the hoses that burst on this car. Just an unfortunate situation. Rubbing against that pulley down there, get my light, and just burst. Look at everything just all over the place. I gotta clean up. But yeah, it's the hose that, it's actually this hose here. Comes right here. It burst. Yep. So I got 3 of them. And I'm gonna route it a little bit better. Got 3 of them. So here go 2 of them. And 1, you can see, like this is an issue, is in the same spot here. You can see how it was starting to get, that pulley was rubbing on it there. Not so much this one had that foam stuff on it, so we're gonna use this one. I'm gonna clean all this up real good. Yeah, it just sucks. It's here, I cleaned it up. Look at this, look how it turned out, so nice. The other end is sitting in this Vapor Rust. And I'm gonna pull it out and make this hose look really good. But all this was really dirty, and like I showed you all, we should be okay now. I'll clean up nice. Let me take this out and clean up and jack the car up. I'll be back in a little while. All right, let me show you all some mess under here. Sucks. I'll jack the back up in a minute. But look at this. Everywhere. 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 And here's the holes here. This is the holes. What's good about this is it detaches right here. Goes all the way around. So let me show you guys where it was rubbing at. Look, right there, rubbing on that pulley. It rubbed clean through it. So I'll get that even further. All right, we're gonna start underneath here. I need a 5/8 inch wrench and a 3/4 inch wrench. And the drain pail. We're just gonna make sure everything's out of the line before we remove it from the power steering pump itself and remove the things from up top. That line is kind of tight, so just sprayed it with some deep creep seafoam, and hopefully we should get it. We got it loose. My phone just went dead because it's out of memory. I got to delete some things this evening, but we got it off, broke loose. So we now just twist it off. We got something here to catch it. Everything should have been drained out this hole, so some more left. We're gonna let the rest of it drain out. Well, it ain't much. And then we can remove it from the top. Yeah, there it is. All right, so now we can remove from the power steering pump itself. That's it right there. We can actually move this out of our way. Takes a 3/4 inch wrench. So I gotta put something down there. The pan is right under us, so we should leak right into the pan. Yep. Now we can pour the hose from up out of here. See how it's running? There should be a brace. This should be mounted to a brace, but it's not. Let me pull this up. Let's see where it cut at. There it is. All right, guys, I don't got much memory on my phone. I gotta carefully delete what's on there. So I'm gonna go back over with it without recording, but I do wanna note this. The old hose doesn't have that bracket on it like the other two that I have. Like this, and this is a little bent up. And even the other one, where is it? So, it keeps it away from that pulley. All right, let me go back over with this, and I'm gonna put also some kind of harness around this, a wire loom, to give it a better look. And here's the hose. All right, I'll be back in a second. I got it up there at least, and I'll show you guys how I routed it. No memory on my camera, and I gotta try to carefully delete what's on here. All right, be back in a second. Wire loom on it. Give it a better look. All right, let me go up with it. All right, this is how I got it routed at the bottom. Let's see how it's coming up from up through there. Got the wire loom on it. It won't be rubbing no more. Look how far it's away from the pulley now. Way away from it. It didn't have a brace on the last hose. Probably the previous owner had that issue because that hose may have been replaced way back in the day, probably due to the same reason. So it wasn't on it when I got the car. Just the hose was how it was, and I put it back just how it was. But there it is. That line came up pretty good with that evaporust. We're connected. I still gotta do some cleaning down here. You guys see all power steering fluid still everywhere. So let me show you guys how I got it routed at the top. Not sure if it ran this way to the whole line, but that's fine. This sway bar is not gonna bother anything. So that's how we got it here. Stainless steel screw, so you don't have to worry about that rusting. Let me go up top and show you guys how I run it. I got it running actually parallel to the other line here before it turns down the other power steering line. All right, we're up top. You can see how I got it running somewhat parallel to the other line until it goes down the bottom. We're way away from this pulley now. And look here. Like I said, that line cleaned up really good. You guys seen how it was before. It was rusted out, and I got a new clamp, stainless clamp on the hose. I actually cut the hose down some because the part where the old clamp was on looked like it could have been possibly breached, so I didn't want to take no chance on that. So I put a new clamp on it when I cut it, push it down on there, so that should be all good. You guys can see how that line cleaned up really well using that evaporust. And now I can't start the car right now because I'm messing with the speedometer cable. You guys can see I got the speedometer cable removed, took that grommet out, removed the speedometer cable. So I'm working with that right now. But I'm gonna pour some power steering in here right now just to see how it is. But yeah, everything's all good. Put it back in place. Maybe fix this a little bit better. Probably like this. I'll get a wire tie here. And yeah, we're way, nothing's by that pulley anymore. So let me show you guys what we're gonna use. With the power steering reservoir fluid, Tells you ATF fluid. All right, just some information, some data here. All right, here's also a piece I cut off. Probably was okay. Just didn't want to take no chance. The other clamp already made an imprint on it. Look at that. All right, let's go grab some. So this is what we're gonna use to put in there. And yeah, we should be all good.